So. Guten Morgen, Mittag. Ach, die Einstellung hier mal wieder nicht spielen, wie sie wollen. Soll denn das? Oh, danke. Fangen wir doch gleich an mit dem Game und zu zocken. Heute wieder mit Pathfinder Maker. Und für, vielleicht auch nicht. Ähm, Starten wir erstmal das. Während wir das tun, offen schauen und mir das nicht schon wieder irgendwas mit dem Internet rumspinnt. In letzter Zeit ist das mehr als ärgerlich. Danach fassen wir kurz zusammen, wo wir gestern aufgehört haben. Dem läuft welche, laut OBS läuft auch alles andere. Sieht gut aus, sieht aus. Ton haben wir auch. Aus irgendeinem Grund hat Pathfinder ja keinen Sound mehr im Menü. Weiß zwar nicht wieso, aber ja. Wir haben aufgehört, als wir wieder ein bisschen mit dem Kingmaker-Tool, dem Tool beschäftigt haben. Ausgebaut und erweitert haben, 2 weitere Artisan Shops angelegt haben. Und dann bekamen wir den Auftrag, uns nach Warnhold zu begeben. Was mehr oder minder der heutige die heutige Mission ist. Schauen, was in Warnhold los ist. Unterwegs können wir Nasriel noch mal kurz sprechen. Und der Curse braucht 220 Tage, bis er wieder Power kriegt. Hey. Dann machen wir uns auf den Weg. Wie immer fragen wir den Storyteller zwischendurch noch, ob wir genug Delikte zusammen haben. Aussieht nicht. Ein Ring. Ingrounds is very plus2. Where is this? Interesting. Hier los. Klar. Level-Ups. Den hier. Wollen wir uns dann das später drauf. Was warst du? Action-Bonus, ne? Heißt, im Endeffekt bist du auch nur ein Ring of Protection. Bei Bonus. Das? Cloak of Resist. Ah. Cloak of Resist. AC. Nicht irgendjemanden, der keinen Cloak of Resist. Hm. Kenntnis im So macht das Ganze doch. Level-Up sollten wir auch eben machen. Roger bekommt seinen nächsten Player-Level. Wäre dann Level 7. Dass der bekommt Swift Action Study. Wasser. 11. Ah. Dann Total Value 34. So, gut. Soweit. Beim Blankshots und Precise Shot braucht er dich als weiter. Ich Sonne Critical Rolls. Kommt er noch Crit Focus? Gut, sehr gut. Und auch ein Level 11 Paladin. Kommt den Vieh. Ein Bond plus 3. Mark of Justice. Ah, sehr gut. Nimm den Bonus-Hitpoint bitte. Und Proved Critical. Na. General's Night war was? Ah, genau. Genau. Crit Fokus. Das Verfahren against war Theft. Conditions along exhaustion night on. Lay on hands. Brauchen wir nicht. Magic braucht Paladin auch. Outflank, glaube ich. Get off. Armor. Toughness. Toughness wäre auch was. Weapons. Weiter. Weapon focus for deity's favorite weapon. Total Channeler. Okay. Ancient Knowledge. Okay. So Weapon Rend, Weapon Fighting. No one with both your primary and your offhand weapon, you do double slice. Firing critical to out perhaps strike true. No Star Wars. Bane. Shield Master. Right. Rage Casting. Common Link. Side Strike braucht Dexterity. Rating Strike. Weiter. Wisdom. Lingering lesser spells and proof to weapon fake. Blah 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 blah. Greater weapon specialization. Fighter. Greater weapon weiter. Der Blind Fight, Feral Combat, Touch, extra Rage, extra Performance, extra Evolution, Summoner, Panel, bla 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 bla, extra Bane Weapons, extra Evolve Companion, Tarnish Drag Style, bla bla bla, Dodge, Charity, Die Hard, Orc Ferocity, Master Bane, Coordinate, Short Combat, Back to Back, Artful Dodge, Story Dueling Masters, bla bla. Wirklich Interessantes. Dann nehmen wir tatsächlich Endurance. War nicht Endurance, es war. Den nochmal. Outflank, oder? Outflank, beziehungsweise. Toughness, das wären 30, 33 ja, tatsächlich. Lohnt langsam schon Bonus. Überhaupt großartig. Keine, ja, dann Outflank. Verbessert nämlich deutlich Chancen. So, und jetzt sehen wir uns mal um, die hier in den Welt gelandet sind und was hier los ist.
All according to plan.
Der Guardian of the Boom. Dann quatschen. Sonst von dieser Map aufdecken.
In due time. That is not far.
Wer weiß es, ob wir sie fighten müssen.
Where are you rushing off to, my hound? To face your own death? Why am I here? Kill you? Not today. Believe it or not, but I came here without evil intentions. I've been watching you, my hound. You've escaped my trap. You've destroyed my beautiful everbloom flower. Such a strong will to live in such a fragile, mortal creature. Once, long ago, it hurt me to see flowers being torn apart by the wind. But today I watch you thrashing like a moth caught in a spider web, and I cannot turn my eyes away.
Arme. Kann ihre Augen nicht von uns nehmen, weil sie wie eine Motte im Spinnennetz gefangen sind. If I'm a moth caught in a spider map. What then are you?
I'm
Spider?
the web itself. The moment you took your first step on the road of the stolen lands, you fell under my power.
So you were the one behind the bloom. What have I or my subjects ever done to you?
There was a time when I used to ask myself the same question. What had I and my 1,000 breaths ever done to them? Why had I to endure this? You're wrong to think that your problems began with you. The ever-blooming flower was created long before your barony was founded. I prepared my weapon long in advance, having no idea what I would turn it against. Everything has a price. Thousands of lives must be turned to dust for a single act of forgiveness. How? Though there's no point in asking. My untamed homeworld has many miracles to offer. One can never know what they will reveal, or to whom. So, what do you think of the proud, bitter, fallen nymph now, my hound?
A threat to my barony, no matter what I think of you or how I feel. Sounds like you're in trouble yourself, Trop. Stop trying to kill me and my subjects, and maybe I'll find a way to help you.
You want to aid the storm that strikes you and your lands? Help? Why? Though I do not want to know. You will help me either way, voluntarily or involuntarily, with your death.
The trouble in Varnhold, do you have something to do with
I
it?
can answer, but will you believe me? I have nothing to do with it, but I know who is responsible. I won't tell you, though. Run now towards your death, hound. Run, hound, run! I want to see you stumble.
How about telling me you...
Names can be weapons in capable hands. You've no need to know my name. No need.
I will ask again, why are you here? Give me an honest answer. Seems pointless to have a conversation of hints and hiding
Why
meaning.
shouldn't the mistress visit her pet? Farewell, my hound. You have no idea what powers you've awakened, and now you voluntarily rush into their jaws. If you run your blade down their throats, I won't be disappointed. If you perish, I'll have forgotten you by dawn.
Ah, dasselbe mit dem. Immer dasselbe mit diesen Nymphen. Ich glaube, es war so, einer der Gründe, warum die aus der First World ihre wahren Namen nennen. Richtig entsinne, ist, dass du mit ihren wahren Namen Kontrolle über sie ausüben. Das kann doch sein, dass ich das gerade mit einer anderen Fantasy. Was sollte so sein? Sollte so gewesen sein. Eine Stadt mit. Ja. Nur los bei euch.
As it should be.
Graz. Arsino. Could use the help of a cleric. Brauche ich. Roll of Race Stat. Kann ich auch. Master Level 13, ne? Dann nehmen wir mal 2 mit. Natural Armor. Brauchen wir nicht, den auch nicht. Natural Armor. Giants. Heroes? Doch mal auch nicht. Behalten wir alle mal für den Fall der Fälle. Breastplates of Afterlife brauchen wir auch nicht. Bei Bombardierwesten brauchen wir nicht. Masterwork Weapons brauchen wir auch. Okay. Können wir unsere Baronie auch lassen? So. Nun müssten mehrere Dinge passieren. Beziehungsweise haben wir mehrere Dinge zu tun. Zum einen das Feenturnier, über das wir informiert wurden gestern, dass es stattfindet. Voll Bock. Allerdings weiß ich gerade nicht, wo es stattfindet. Ah genau, die Inconsequent Debate. Wir machen uns erstmal zu den Hunting Grounds auf. Enemies. Standard 085 brauchen wir nicht. There's someone on the road. Get ready. Schauen wir mal, wen wir treffen. Ah. One of the peasants who's armed with a weapon jumps up in alarm as you approach. Your Grace. You're just in time. Look who we caught here. Look at the disgusting creature. He isn't afraid of anything. Ein Hell Knight. Oha. Hey Spezies, morgen. Wieso Urlaub? Nee. Stream immer. Eigentlich von 12 bis 16 Uhr. Also Montag, Dienstag und Donnerstag und Freitag. Ich habe durch Corona meinen Job verloren. Deshalb habe ich die Zeit dafür. Oh, so sorry, passiert. Sowas kommt vor. You look upon Knight in pitch black armor, a monstrous snarling snout emblazes on his breastplate. He doesn't turn to you. All his attention is taken by multiple adversaries. None of less, you hear a muffled voice from under the visor. Praise Asmodeus, Baron Takichi, I presume. My regards. Please accept my apologies for not greeting you as the etiquette requires. I'm a little busy. Ah, die Mittagspause. Sehe. Oh. Ja, kein Ding. Ne? Solange du überhaupt einschaltest, freue ich mich immer drüber. Ein Hell Knight. Hätte das gedacht. Der Armor hat der Typ. Knowledge World Check passed. I would recognize that armor anywhere. What is the Hell Knight doing? I intended to come directly to your court, Your Grace. Unfortunately, I was detained. These degenerates have never before set foot in the stolen lands, but there this devil spawn was walking right in the middle of the road, and we became so angry. Right, we figured we could gang up on him, but you could help, Your Grace. We're shedding blood for your lands after all. The Hell Knight seems not to hear his adversaries. I ran into some unexpectedly aggressive local fauna. Luckily, I was prepared for such a turn of events. The stolen lands are said to be full of surprises. Donnerstag kannst du aber am Abend einschalten. Da streame ich ab 18 Uhr, weil das neue Pathfinder um 18 Uhr freigeschaltet wird. Attack the Hell Knight. Why did you attack this knight? Well, you know, they trample everyone whose lands they visit. Wherever there's one, there will soon be 100, in a blink of an eye. They crawl like locusts, with their executions and their laws. Of course, savages like these fear laws even more than fire or sword. Listen, Baron, isn't it time to put this bandit trash in its place? You are too soft for such a savage land as this. Stranger, identify yourself. Hey, Sparrow, a relictor of the Order of the Nail of Hell Knight. The warrior pauses. I hail from Varisia, if your grace cares to know. I've come under direct orders of a paralictor in order to hold negotiation. Wird doch keine Stunden dauern, PC zusammenzubauen, oder? Weil wenn ich um 18 Uhr anfange, vor 10 Uhr oder so höre ich sicher nicht auf. Was machen wir? Was machen wir? Hell Knights sind ziemliche Arschlöcher, aber die halten Recht und Ordnung aufrecht. Das ist alles, was sie tun und alles, wofür sie stehen. Sorry, Leute, you broke the law by attacking this knight. The sentence is death. Not the fairest trial, but it's acceptable. Allow me to help you, Grace. Beating is our job. Uno. Dos. Grace.
Mistake.
Hätten wir. Ah, I see.
This should do it.
The nearest future, we will soon meet again under less chaotic setting. So haben wir einen Hell Knight, der zu uns kommt. Elf Hunter. Stealth. Deception. Take a moment to carefully aim your shots, causing them all to strike near. A useful attack to multiple while playing with opponent's damage reduction. Moved critical. Clustered shot. It is. It's not better match. Breakable Heart, Moral Bonus, Saving. Inspiring Recovery. Comes back to life and stable. Taking a dead tree this way, all allies within conscious. Damage rounds created by death effects cannot be revived this way. Okay. Ah. Inspiring Recovery ist ganz gut behalten.
Adventures await.
Heil Ari mal bitte. Ja, das ist okay. Dann werden wir bald einen Hell Knight bei uns am Hof begrüßen dürfen. Und sonst, Spezies, wie geht's dir so? Wie ist dein Urlaub bisher? Konntest du irgendwelche besonderen Dinge machen? Oder hast du einfach nur Urlaub genommen, weil du Bock zu hattest?
My instincts dull when I'm
The
tired.
fallen companions may enter this location. Ah, okay. Ah, bist du voll geimpft? Ah, okay. Ja, ich krieg nächsten Monat meine zweite Impfung auch. Musst du dir einen Tag für frei nehmen halt wahrscheinlich wieder. Novelist und Busy. Ihr müsst dabei sein, also mir mal eure Level ab. B -b 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 -b. Also das wird halt wohl wahrscheinlich dann nicht ausbleiben. Musste Dings wach bleiben. Verhältnis. Wach bleiben, die extra frei nehmen, I guess. Bomb, Bonus Bombs. Sehen wir uns mal an, was dieser Wettbewerb der Feenwelt. Habe ich tatsächlich nie mitgemacht. Ja? Mir gerade nicht sicher. A very pale gnome with dull brittle hair is scribbling something busily on a small scroll, not looking up. looking up as you approach. Ah, here you are, at last. Go read the rules quickly. They are posted a little further along. The other teams already arrived a while ago. The host said, we'll start as soon as you show up and read the rules. Of course, I'm famous enough for my admirers to follow my every move, but still, I'd like to know, how did you know we were coming? The host said so. Well, are you going to keep wasting time? Read the rules and we start. Well, let's see. I read out loud so that everyone can hear. Rules of inconsequent debates. Here to be added later. I see the authorities didn't overstrain themselves, so the rules. Item 1. Obey the host in everything. Item 2. Come in triplets. Item 3. No fighting, no killing each other, even temporarily. Even if you really want to, even if you apologize later. Item 4, the most important one. The participant must assume the shape of a giant frog. A frog? What does that have to do with anything? Are those the right rules for the competition? What irresponsible word manga? What is this? Am I a frog? Examine the rules. I don't know what to believe. Maybe it's supposed to be like this. So we're just going to leave it like this. I have a better idea. Let Lindsay buy us some time. I'll talk to the other participations. Don't worry about anything. I go run to the host and ask him a few questions for my book. It will buy some time. You start looking for whoever is responsible for this. And the young wizard desperately thrashed about in his feather, but all in vain. The shoots of the plants held him tightly. The nymph, cool and beautiful, sneered at him and immediately what? Immediately anything. Does this book ever end? I thought the wizard would die in the last chapter, while he was running from the horde of unicorns through fields of giant fly traps. Oh, like you understand anything about literature, you stupid toad. Ah, hello again, travelers. I haven't introduced myself. I am near Sottenroppel, and those two idiots are my brothers, Via and Lua. Suffer from the bleaching, don't you? He is dying from the jubilist voice is grim. Alright, I've still got a fair bit of fight left in. The Sottenroppel don't go down easy. My brothers and I lost our cow long ago, but death still hasn't taken. Are you participating in the Devils? Sure, although really we are just here to see the show. We figured it would be fun, and we're right. Why are you calling those frogs your brothers? This fool read the rules, and the rules are charmed. Anyone who reads them turns into a frog, so now I have two frog brothers. I guess I leave them as they are. When else will I ever have a chance to laugh so much? And why are they both frogs? Did we read them together? Yes. Shut up, Lua. Of course we did. We read them and we transformed. Now we're sitting, croaking. What did the nymph immediately do to the wizard? Too much to tell. She keep him hostage for another 4 chapters. I like it when it's more like real life. In this author's last book, he escaped from the evil wizard in 5 seasons. Greetings, I'm Sir Alfred, loyal follower of the tentacles of Eomede, knight, noble, and crusader from Mendev. Tentacles? Oh yes, my knightly motto used to be courteous even in death. Courteous even in death, but I'm afraid I must now be changed to severing the tentacles of evil. In just a few phrases, he managed to pour more pomposity on us than I can manage in a week. What a talent. So you're a Mendevian crusader. Truly spoken, I hope you have heard about our glorious tentacles. Our order fights demons fearlessly. Preventing the tentacles from spreading across the world. The tentacles of evil, and why is it that you want to change the motto, sir? You seem upon my arrival, I immediately went to read the tentacles of evil, but Guile already had me in tentacles. The rules were charmed, and everyone who reads them must say tentacles every so often. This happened to me just now. If I can't rid of this affliction and tentacles, I can make it motto. Do you have any idea who could have done this to rules? Sehr strange Zauber, die hier aufgelegt hat. It was done by one of the participants who allowed their tentacles to guide their heart, including you and me and my tentacles. 4 teams of 3 arrived. I swear by my tentacles, my service to the most host Inuit would never allow such tentacles, nor would I suspect you and your outstanding companion. Look for the villain among the other 2 teams. Are you participating? I most certainly am by my tentacles. I've come here to carry out the will of my tentacles and set a good example for my tentacles. Das ist so bescheuert. And possibly to find a new way to fight tentacles, that is demons. If I win, the Fae might answer all my tentacles. You don't often meet an Azima. Azimas are not so uncommon in our tentacles. Celestials are known to aid Mendavian Crusaders in our war against the Sometimes this camaraderie sparks a tentacle, I mean personal attraction, but just the presence of a holy celestial nearby can sometimes cause the burst of an Azima child. The easiest tentacle. You try to talk to the host about this. I did in the name of tentacles, but Fae think that cheating within the rules is tentacles and perfectly appropriate. As a true knight, I must overcome this tentacles resolutely. Before you leave, let me ask you, and in the name of tentacles, don't consider it idle curiosity. What need brought you to the tentacles state? That would be me. I asked for the Baron's help in this tentacles. Ach! In this endeavor, because winning will let us ask what made the tentacles. What caused the gnome to leave the first world? For me, these tentacles are something more than mere scientific curiosity. I am amazed at how inquisitive the tentacles of your mind are, sir. I admit it's the first tentacle that I've ever talked to such a learned frog. Tentacles, forgive me my ignorance, but I never even crossed my feeble tentacle that they are educated once among your race. For the love of Desna, I am not a frog. Let it be known to you, sir, that you are speaking to Jubilus Nafropel, well-known publicist and researcher with shape but the consequence of a silly prank. I'm a gnome, and that is why I'm participating in this debate, to learn how my race received the affliction called the bleed. Discover a way to fight it. In that case, I wish our worthy rivals good tentacles. In the name of truth, justice and tentacles. Ist das bescheuert? Ist das bescheuert? Holy crap. Kobold. This is not. Greetings. Are you participating in the debates too? Yes, participate. I participate. Amazing. We'll be competing against the inarticulate king of unforgettable Tartar. Huge frog, you speak? Can we mount you? I feed you ants. I'm rider. The list of all the job offers I ever received, that will be honorably placed in the I'm ready to cry section. Why do you have those gerbos there? Hey, say need free. I know friends. Wanted go very much, caught with jump mice. Now we are free, participate. Like a spell was cast over my friend when he read the rules. Did anything like that happen to you? I don't read. Gnome help me. Read for me. Aloud. But then scream. I scared. What do you want to ask the host if you win? Hi, dragon. How become dragon? Der Host. Kann man aber nicht.
In due time.
Sammelt hier irgendwo noch jemand rum? Erstmal nicht danach auch. The little kobold said one of you helped him read the rules. Yeah, that's true, but he wasn't trying to read the frog rule. They are different on every pull. One turns you into a frog. One turns you into a frog, another makes you say tentacles, and the third one makes you scream like crazy. Darius, right? Not remotely. You're confused, my friends. If one of you read the rules for the kobold, why isn't one of you screaming? How was it that both of your brothers were turned into frogs, and if Nerd already saw what happened and knew the rules were charmed, then why did she tell us to read them? You suspect us of something? Why would we charm the rules and read them ourselves? Or make you read them and put a spell on you? Because you're gnomes, only a gnome could think of playing a joke on everyone around and then joyfully get caught in their own prank. You're far-sighted and loud-voiced, I like here. Answer clearly, did you charm the rules? Why are you picking us? Our sister is the one who did it. Enough snitching, you're just jealous that it was Nerd who came up with the idea. And why did you do it? You're so boring, we wanted to, so we did it. Just think how funny it will be. That's where all the participants are screaming or talking about tentacles or just croaking. But we're honest players, so we charmed ourselves too. We wouldn't want an unfair advantage. Stop this immediately and release Jubilius from the spell. So, Croco, we're just stupid frogs and we understand nothing. Think I won't use Fort despite the rules about non-aggression? I lift the spell or else. 30. Schaffbar. Well, I say it's a fine prank. Let everything stay as it is. Ah, there you are. Glad I found you. I stalled for as long as I could, but now it's time to begin. Let's go quickly. Wooded creature looks mundane, but after looking for a time, one might notice the figure's contours tremble and flow as. Welcome to the inconsequent debates. You can call us the host. We have a reason for all that happens here today. You read the rules, have you not? Not that there's anything useful in one. Only made up the real rules the day after tomorrow. Then forgot them and had to make new ones. So it's simple. You want as your reward for us to answer a question. So the competition will involve answering questions. We ask and one in each triplet answers. And always the same one, who others can only prompt. Let's see, it will be you, little kobold, you, Sir Alfred, you, Nerd, and you, Takichi. Remember one thing here at the inconsequent debates, there are no right or wrong answers. Every answer has weight and each will be weighted. Don't choose the lightest one. Struggle might find a heavier argument. And most importantly, light answers are no fun for us. Why are you referring to yourself in the plural? You know very well you've met us, Takichi, but it was a different us at a different time. For now, be satisfied that we do not wish to close ourselves. Why do you creatures from the first world need to organize? Win the competition and ask. Those are the rules of the game, right? Hell no, we are not wasting a precious question to cover the motives of Fae and their lords. I don't have the imagination to think how absurd and silly the answers might So, dann beginnen wir doch mal. Begins. We are ready, despite the tentacles. Alright, let's see how tough they have. Tough they have it in the first world. Some of you look so serious. Voss will begin with a question about weighty matters. What can move a mountain? What's our answer? Oh, I shouldn't have skipped my philosophy lessons at the academy. Such problems baffle me. Not because I can't think of an answer, but because I think of 1,000 of them at once and don't know where I can hide from them. Let's see. We are dealing with Fae in the first world, and they told us clearly that trivial answers won't cut it. I think the good answer is its own will. In the first world, mountains often change position, and there's at least one that does it off its That's Ulas, one of Etana, the walking mountain. Own will. We heard you. What will the others say? What can move a mountain? Maybe dragon? Dragon can move mountain. Faith and divine intervention. You hear my faithful tentacles? Faith nourishes us. With devout faith in our tentacles and a righteous cause, everything is within our tentacles. A teleportation spell. I could probably manage moving a hill or two. In fact, that gives me an idea. We've heard you. Now you hear us. Of course, gods and magic can mountain. But that answer is good for any question. How can one jump over the house? Magic. How to paint a fence yellow using paint? Divine intervention. Such light answers are the weakest. A good answer is its own will. Will and desire lie at the base of all our motion, actions, and decisions. If the mountain has a will, it will surely find a way to move. That was an interesting round. Let the next question be heard. What weakens when owned by many and dies if owned by none? I'm sorry, I got distracted. Those mosquitoes are so delicious. Demons take those mosquitoes. I go mad in this shape. So this answer, I think it's Dory. Can't belong to many, otherwise the value of each. Könnte es aber auch sein. Immer mal mit Glory. I don't know this. Maybe it is Dragon? Der Kobold hat nur Drachen im Kopf. The knight's heart, I swear by my tentacle. I can't belong to himself or to his righteous cause or to his greatest tentacles. Can't belong to everybody. Fire, look how I can roll my eyes. Fools, concentrate on the competition. This won't do. We won't accept the answer from the Sottenroppel triplet this round, but you are a spectacular eye roller. Now as for the other answers. The heart is not the best answer. Even among knights, there are many whose hearts belongs to a woman and a beloved mother, plus their friends, their comrades, a righteous cause, and a delicious lunch, especially a delicious lunch. And it doesn't seem that those hearts that belong to many grow any. Glory is a poor answer. Only an extremely egoistic person who does not wish to share credit shouldn't belong to many. One's own glory does not diminish. We were almost prepared to agree on the dragon bot. At last, no one gains victory. Schubilust. Here's the third question. Each of us is born at the same time with a monster. Each day we live, it grows. It can torment, bring us joy, or kill without a single wound. What is it? What do you say, Jubilus? Considering that question is representative of a favor, answer could be anything from singing to the love of pastry. But let's think logically. The last part of riddle can easily be ignored, because just about anything in the world can aid or ruin you depending on the circumstances. What important is that the riddle clearly points to some quality or property of a living creature. Something that is born with us. Another point, it grows, it would say knowledge. Each new day brings something new, so our knowledge is ourselves and the world keeps going. For some thought, this process is so. tatsächlich sagen, es sind Ambitionen. What is the monster? Maybe it's dragon? Curiosity. Born with us, it grows day by day, it saves us from the bleed. Only knew how many it's killed. I don't know if the answer will do, but the greatest tentacles is the one that lives inside us. We grow a tentacle beast in our soul. We feel wrath, neglect, and tentacles. Eventually it could break free. But tentacles must admit the same beast gives strength to villains and tentacles. Poison we feed our monsters only nourish them. Interesting answers, except for the dragon. The dragon doesn't count at last. Curiosity is also insufficient. The monster we describe must by its own nature grow. Many see their curiosity dim over the years. The same thing can be said of ambition. Many have none and many lose it over time. Where we have only one answer with our term. For the inner beasts, Orphe, you win this round. One final trial, and we will sum up the results. I grow tired of questions. Do you know the game Night Dragon Snack? The knight defeats the dragon burns the snack, but if a knight walks in the wood, he stumbles on the snack and die. That's why the snack defeats the knight. Children's game, great. These are the inconsequent debates, why not play a game? So you break up into pairs and yell out your chosen word at the The one who shouts knights defeats the one who shouts dragon. The one who shouts dragon defeats the one who shouts snack, and snack defeats the knight. We play Sir Alfred against the kobold and Neard against the baron. The winners will then play each other. Knight, dragon. It was all too predictable, but charming in a way. The good thing we didn't look ahead. It's much more fun to see it unfold like this. Sir Alfred wins. Now for the second pair. Are you ready? Knight beats dragon, dragon. Dragon. Neard shouts performing a spot on improvisation of a kobold then falls over laughing. More important here than the competition. Hi, let's go again. Heck? Oh, it's another tie. The Baron is like my other brother. We think exactly the same. 1, 3, 1, 2. Heck? Another time. Exactly the same. Dragon. Snack. Ah, damn it. I meant to cheat, but didn't have time to think of how. Dragon 1, 1, 1, 1. So the Baron wins. Now the winner against the winner. The Baron against the Knight. 1, 2, 3. The curse takes over. Tentacles. Start roaring with laughter, sometimes sniffling with delight. Cannot but pronounce the Baron the winner of this round. And now it's time to announce the winner of the debate. After 4 tests, the triplet of the Baron and Sir Julius wins. It was most amusing, children, most amusing. You should know that this is a rare praise from us. Congratulations, sirs and ladies. I swear by my tentacles it was a worthy struggle. Baron, as the voice of your triplet, you might ask us for one question from it and another question besides that, as an extra reward for the ingenuity or luck you demonstrated in the competition. Do you remember the fate of the gnome? Have a silence spell made. Ah, I love it. Now what's he going to do? Come, brothers, let's run. Now everything is in your hands, Takichi. Think well upon your questions. I will answer honestly, but I don't know. It's also an honest answer. Ask about what a host from the first world might know. How to gain power and more. I want to know why the gnomes left the first world. Where's the question? Who it would be asked, but a simple answer, a light answer. Tell you right. We hope our debates convinced you of this. That is why we present you to That's why we present to you another answer, a good one, a valuable one. Numbers will help you on your way. One of them is 10. Will be easy to find if you read who opened the road for the ancient dead man, black-feathered messenger. The second is 12 times in 12. It is thrice the number of those who lost their faces. Don't try to guess it now. Not yet time. Wait until he who is born twice will twice be defeated. Put the numbers together. When the moon leaves her path near the waters of the Candlemere, find the one who will open the. A hope of senseless mumble instead of a first walk the road. Then you may accuse us of being senseless, but in the end. Want to know how to gain power and immortality? One day in the future, we'll have a chance to let an ancient enemy go in peace. We ourselves might even tell you that it should be done. Refuse, and after many hardships, you will be offered power and immortality. But will you agree? That was your final question. Interesting. But what an adventure. We'll have to discuss this further on our return to the capital. Farewell, Takichi. Ah, we almost forgot. You little creature, you didn't win, but you managed to make us laugh. Do you want to come with us? No promise to turn into a dragon, but still. Take my friends? Yes? Alright, fine. Listen all. The inconsequent devils are now closed. We spare all of you the effects of the Sottenroppel tricks and bid you farewell. Debatte gewonnen. Doch ne. Fair, no match. Aber. Das ist so. War so. Ari hat auch ihr Level abbekommen. Sehr schön, sehr. Ah, Hunter's Roast. Oak. Pick me off. Ah, okay. Bonus Skill Rank. Elf. Dagger, improved critical. Ach, sie kriegt mehrere Finesse-Training. Krieg, Arme, Hand-Axe, Bites. Up hier 3. Short Swords. Dead Arcane Ball Lightning. Bludgeoning. Person first. They use spoken in any Projekt can't be. That is all. Eine Spell. Dann noch ein Fireball. Fireball. Inventory, Weapon. The chance to confuse. Der Vater. Great so. Kommen. Wenn fünf. Plus 2 Dodge Bonus auch. Auch sehr aktuell noch. Okay, als nächstes ist das kleine Dorf Shambling Step.
My instincts
Random
dull when I'm
Encounter,
tired.
Enemy. Bitte. So, kleine Elfenschmiedin, was hast du uns denn zu erzählen?
All according to plan.
Nasriel's face is contorted in desperation. He hides as a haunted look. Your Grace, to what do we owe the pleasure? The goods you've been selling are cursed. Would you like to explain yourself? Cursed? Oh goodness, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It's simply impossible. My creations are impeccable. I'm a master, you know. Such a thing has never happened in my entire life. Nobody could. Oh, was ist hier los? It's Sartain. It's him. He's been spoiling my work. No one else could do it. The little bastard tried to tarnish my name. By the right granted to me by our agreement, I am calling upon you, Grace. Sartain insulted the reputation of a master to whom you promised protection. I'm asking you to find and kill the bastard. Must be hiding in his hut, not far from the capital. Was geht hier ab mit dem Typ?
My instincts dull when I'm tired.
I require rest.
Gleich mal alle. Formular. Ah ja, die habe ich versaut, weil ich... Ah. I see. Jetzt weint er. So eine Companion Quest daher ist. Das ist nicht für unseren Playthrough hier.
I tire.
So, Aus. Hier ein bisschen in. Hopp, hopp, hopp. Sehr viele Guards, die hier rumhängen. Aber finde ich gut. Weil sich wenigstens unsere Hauptstadt geschützt ist. Latein. How can I help you? You've been spoiling Nasriel's work, haven't you? Got me, I confess. Who figured it out? You or her? Anyway, that's not important right now. Why did I do it? Purely for the sake of revenge. Years ago, she invested a lot of effort in devastating my father, who was himself a well-known weaponsmith. He lost everything that was dear to him, his reputation, his workshop, his whole life's purpose. When I found out the rascal was here, I decided to seize the opportunity. I arrived here, got myself an apprentice position, and set my hands to work. I'm smarter and more skilled than she might think. I work harder by the anvil during the day and crafted cursed items at night. Nasriel's pride is her soft spot, the perfect place to strike. I decide to tarnish her image, make her look clumsy and incompetent. Ruin her reputation, and of course destroy the masterpieces she's making such a fuss over. I'd hoped to see Nasriel's head on the chopping block, but since you're here, I have a better idea. Stimme macht heute nicht so geil. Your Grace, would you like to hire a new weaponsmith? I'm aware you have a deal with Nasriel, but if you decide to break that deal and declare me the Kurt's master blacksmith, and allow me to keep Nasriel as an assistant, or I could never thank you enough, what do you say? Respect our deal with Nasriel, you're going to jail. Warum ist das lawful evil? I respect our deal with Nasriel, you're going to jail. So that's how it is, very well. I was prepared for this turns of event. Let's see how well you can handle my new friends. Verkaufen. Was zum Henker fällt dir überhaupt ein?
A calculated risk.
Raw Image. Leopard ist geviert, was schon mal sehr gut ist.
This will hurt.
Raw Image gemisst.
Let's try this way.
Ah. Oh, du Drecksack. Oh. Was hast du jetzt davon?
This should do.
Wenn dabei ein Sticker +1. Vertränke. Oh, Protection. Hier nichts Großartiges. Change Mitral Chainsaw plus. Rand. Interessant.
I tire.
Mitral Chainsaw könnte interessant sein. Lass mich mal checken. Aktuell kriegt er +5 Dex-Pro. Hör auf. Das ist auf jeden Fall besser. Ja gut. Das hilft unserem werten Roger schon mal. Wollen wir bei Ari checken. Der Lage. Tatsächlich. -5. Dann noch Amor, die hergibt. Nach Zeit bitte. Ich. Jetzt sind eine wirklich gute. Schauen wir mal, schauen. Thought for Dwarven runes. Do you recall that I wanted to see them? I have thought about it for a while and realized that I shouldn't. All nonsense, dust and vain and pointless. Why look to runes for purpose if the whole world is soon to join them? Alter Weiner. Ah, der Hell Knight. A dignified half-elf wearing familiar black armor, both to use them ceremoniously. This time his armor is clean of dirt and blood, and he holds his helmet at his side. It is the first time you see the Hell Knight's face. Your guest has light hair, transparent blue eyes, and scars from 3 claws that once disfigured his face. Greetings on behalf of the Order of Inalia Grace. Our first encounter was most improper, and I dare recommend our acquaintance. My name is Case Barrow, and I am here under official orders of my commanding Paralictor. We have heard much of the method of rule. It is most unusual for this reason. The Order of Nail knows about your service to law and order. We will also know the integrity that imbues all your deeds and orders. Our order greatly values such rulers, especially those who are not afraid to weed out barbarity, even in dangerous borderlands like the Stolen Lands. With our deepest respect, I am a relictor of the Order of the Nail, offer you our aid. Together, by fire and sword, we can tame this land and bring it under law. What does your help imply? We will deploy our own garrison in your capital. We will gather a squad to train your recruits if necessary. We will make the Hell Knights a symbol of power and law in your barony. Such an alliance will increase the power 100 times over. Public punishments and still respect in the law, even amongst the dumbest member of the society. But know this, the Order will never swear fealty to you. We are united by common goals, to stamp out the vestiges of barbarity in the Stolen Land. Our methods are similar and we don't expect any, but we do not wish to complicate this alliance with oaths of. How would you benefit from alliance? Savagery must be quelled across the land, at home, and in your own mind. A beautiful motto, isn't it? I lived my greatest years by it. My brothers lived by it. The goal of my order is to destroy all threats to civilization, order, and law. We need no divine guidance to serve this mission faithfully. Our minds and our consciences guides us. They have brought us here. You are a beacon of order in lands where once only chaos reigned. I do not know how, but you managed to crush all the forces that opposed you. And you have since then ruled with an iron hand, with no concern that your actions might seem willful or overzealous. Order values such powerful allies. Give us the right to enforce the laws in your land. And forget about such uncontrollable beings. Those who attack me on the road. I don't like the idea of inviting an order. Order is a nest of tyranny and ones. But I cannot. I accept the order of Ine's proposal. Together we will bring these lands to. So be it. My commander will rejoice with you. I will immediately return to Cheliax with it. Already have a reserve at the ready. I will return to the Stolen Land with a garrison of Hell Knights. My regards, Baron Takichi. Not be gone for long. Has met Baron. Gut.
I tire.
Jetzt schlafen und danach auf nach Warnhold. Talent. Da ist Warnhold. Da sind wir. Bei Moment. Noch einmal mit Nasiel. Fragen hat. Seht is dead. He had a vendetta against you for corrupting his father. What a spectacular day. Thank you. How are the things going in the blacksmith shop? Excellent, wonderful. I fired my apprentice. I've had enough with Sartene. I work longer hours, of course, but every blade that leaves my forge is my proposal. My personal responsibility now. I'm but dust wind. I'm not worthy of your attention, sire. I have to go. Okay. Mal gespannt, was für eine Waffe sie uns bringen wird. Hier hin. Try to avoid the invade. Irgendwas ist hier passiert, also was? Ruptured Harmony. Dauert aber noch Tage. First Cut. Da ist noch was Zeit. Da sind noch ein paar Wochen Zeit. Hier weiter. Try to avoid. Fail to sneak past the enemy. Ah. Erwartet. Was war denn hier? Rock. Neutral Animal. Interessant. So, Roga. Brauche ich Hasten? Brauche ich nicht.
A calculated risk.
Oh, kannst du auch noch schaffen?
We can do it!
Kommt einfach näher. Haste, du kannst steuern.
Your death awaits.
Unworthy.
Combat Finish. 800 XP.
Follow my lead.
Kann den nicht häuten. Schade. Ein Loot dabei. Dead. Dead Life.
My
Checken wir
instincts
mal
dull
aus.
and tired.
I tire.
Jemand ins Silvershire. Arzt. Aha! So what about my requests? Still looking for a suitable jewel. Ah, das ist eine Heimatstadt. Okay, I see.
In due time.
Hier müssen wir den Juwel hier drin, den Gemstone. Saphir? Nein. Jade, glaube ich, oder? Jade müsste.
I require rest.
campen wir und dann kümmern wir uns um. Schauen, was uns hier erwartet.
A stealthy approach.
That is not far.
Man ain't Wyvern.
All according to plan.
Einer? Schauen wir mal. Charge, Leopard. Wahrscheinlich kommen die anderen noch aus der Höhle raus.
Wretched
Mal ran.
things.
Von hier Charge?
We
Dann
can
geh
do
auch
it.
nur ran. Hilfs Feuer. An.
This will hurt.
So.
I'll loot
Get
your
on.
corpse.
Strike with all your
Oh, du
might.
kannst auch rangehen.
Despicable.
Roga.
With all your might. Ja! Ja!
Aber Single Hit. Wow. AC 27, da solltet ihr doch hinten können.
Let's hear you cry.
Da. Er ist tatsächlich alleine hier, der Wyvern. Level 11 Inquisitor. Star Wars. Device. Proved critical. Ja, das ist sogar sehr gut für dich. Wo ist Kai? Da, Sensen. Baneblast, Command, Doom, Greater and Neutral from Energy. Sehr gut. Oh. Plus 2 müsste das. Natural, aber plus 3. Words on the ancient stone are barely visible. Prosperity of the house Trestin. Uns erstmal hier unten das noch versehen. Schauen wir jetzt mal, ob wir diese Minen betreten können. Auch nicht danach auf. Das heißt, wir waren nur hier, um den Wyvern zu erledigen. Aber gut Erfahrung gegeben. Okay. Kann ich akzeptieren. Fein mit.
Follow my lead.
Nun schauen wir mal, ob wir einen Anholt finden. Ups. Falsch, aber der hier. Oh.
My instincts dull when I'm
Dann-
tired.
Fan of Rocky Hills above Lakes. Framelines. Hier entlang.
I require rest.
Campen eine Runde. Der Hilltop Trail. Erwartet uns denn hier?
A stealthy approach.
Ecke hier ab. Rand. Einfach nur in die Map-Ecke. Okay.
Shadows engulf me.
Okay. Dann betreten wir die doch gleich mal. Haven aber. Wer weiß, was uns hier erwartet. Feenwelt.
Request.
Cast mal.
Desano Danium.
City. Grammar Cats. Natürlich feindlich leider jetzt. Hier. Ari.
Stab their backs. Cover me.
Aves Feuer.
We won't falter.
Garanda.
Advance.
Let's try this way.
Da.
We won't falter.
Oh. Gut, wenn die Katze irgendwo hinchargen will, dann ihr Problem. Mal hier hin. Ah, da ist die nächste.
Unworld.
Eta.
This should do it.
Forwards.
Your death awaits.
Waren nur
In
zwei?
due time.
Erstaunlich. Schade nicht. Ah. Oh, ein Portal in die Feenwelt. I see, I see.
Ask. Tashani Savitu.
Und selbst steht da. betreten wir doch mal das Portal. Schauen, was uns da erwartet.
All according to
Lala.
plan.
Scheint wieder deutlich größeres Signal. Jemand gestorben. Bracer. Armor Bracers 5. 6. Keine Armor Bracer 5. Braucht alle keine Bracer, weil ihr Armor tragt. Du hast. Upgraden wir mal auf 5. Aber das wird doch nicht alles sein.
We will be victorious.
Grammar Lion. Alles drauf. Blur, Power Tech, Change Shape. Aber du bist nur ein Cortic. Ganz Cortic. Ist. Geh mal näher ran. Oh.
We can do it.
Cast mal bitte. Cast hier, heißt. Au, 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 au.
Wretched things.
Roga.
I'll loot your corpse.
Haze, feuerfrei. Teleportierten sich noch neue Dwemer Cats rein. Eidolon kann angreifen. Das war die Katze, 1400. Okay, da ist noch eine. Affirmant. Kannst erstmal 2 Footstep machen.
A calculated risk.
Hey, lasst meinen Leoparden in Ruhe, ihr Säcke.
We can do it.
Oh, das seid ihr beide.
Stab
Ari.
the axe.
Mace. Sehr gut, sehr gut. Cat Pelt, 100. Lead of Mighty Fist 2. War schon die plus 3.
As it should be.
Aber das hat uns ganz gut Erfahrung gegeben. I don't think so, aber schauen wir mal. Wenn wir was übersehen haben, dann haben wir nicht genug Perception, um es zu sehen. Also, dass es passiv aufgedeckt wird. Aber das ist okay. Hat uns zumindest ganz gut Erfahrungspunkte gegeben. Für diesen Ort verlassen. Hi. Und die Hilltop Trails. Also wollen wir wollen ja Richtung Warnhold. Hello Gulch. Zuerst. While traveling through the hills of Nomen, we noticed something worrisome. Crows circled the sky, much as they do upon spying a corpse to feast upon. More ominous yet, clouds of smoke trailed in the sky as well. After noticing that we approached carefully, trying not to reveal ourselves. We soon saw what attracted the crows. A dead horse lay in the ditch, one leg missing and carcass already picked at by scavengers. Near the horse was what looked to be the corpse of its former rider. A young man clad only in undergarment. The smoke was coming from a bonfire around which goblins were roasting a horse leg. It seemed their hunger was stronger than their fear of those animals. Other goblins were busy rummaging through the clothes of the deceased man and taking whatever choice bits they could find. One goblin was strutting around wearing a beret with a feather, another a velvet jacket, and two other goblins, each wearing a single boot, were in the middle of a tug of war with a dead man's trousers. When we saw this, we rushed into a fight. After noticing us, the little bastards started to flee, leaving behind everything they'd been trying to take from the body of the deceased, including a hefty coin pouch. Alas, in this backwater coin proved of little use. Alas, the body laid before us belonged to none other than Tomin Anvaki, a noble from Grelton, the one whose brother begged us to look for him. A letter in his jacket pocket, yellowed with age, confirmed his identity. It was signed Mafian Anvaki, a relative. All we could do then was to ask take the tragic news to his brother.
My instincts dull when I'm tired.
Ja, und aus dem rasten wir jetzt auch noch, bevor wir Warnhold betreten. Und auf geht's. Schauen wir, was hier in Warnhold nun los ist. What happened? Warum melden sie sich bei niemandem mehr? Cover what happened to Warnhold. House is empty. Sack ein die Kartoffeln. Go and collect them all.
They'll never see me come.
Vegetables. Scheint ja ziemlich überstürzt abgehauen zu sein. Temple of Aristil is empty and dark. Huge black raven is watching you closely. And
That is not far.
He only killed villains. John served Vaughn's comrade at arms and stout defender of Varnhold.
It's mine.
Kleinigkeiten. Hela ist ein Drischer, the first among Varnhold's potters. One least fledgling woodcutter. Never buried that. Warm an Krähen, okay. Mehrere Schwärme sogar. Ari.
Not to be trifled with.
Komm mal bitte einen Feuerball drauf.
Stand against me.
Sehr gut. Never finished that bridge. Rain litters the ground around this former granary. The sacks that used to hold supplies have been torn apart and emptied, and bones and other leftovers are scattered in the dirt. Sense. Frostzeit +2.
State your desire.
Da. Ah, es ist Frost oder Thundering. Gehen mit dem Thundering vorerst. Alles klar, so.
They'll never see me coming.
The door to the house is ajar. The owner didn't lock it when leaving their home. Förmlich geflüchtet, was? Findest aktuell aus. Hot shards lie scattered in the middle of the road. Traces of oil can be seen on the shards. Haben wir gestartet? Frostland. The entrance to the empty tavern still
All
smells
according
of
to plan.
distilled ale. Geld und northeast, rest of 40 miles across the river Varnhold for northwest mountain pass 12 miles. Okay. Reise.
In due time.
The door to the merchant's house lies open. Inside. Lesen wir gleich. Brigand Savage. Mehrere sogar. Okay. Metal. Da nicht hin? Okay, ja, ich sehe schon.
Advance!
Mace.
Let's hear you cry.
This will hurt.
Gut. Ari, kannst du einen von den chargen? Doch. Afiron näher ran.
Unworthy.
Die.
So.
As it should be.
Work Dagger Potion. Great Club. Ah, die haben Schokolade dabei. So, was stand jetzt hier bei dem Merchant? Inside is Chaos. Ah, okay.
What's that glitter?
Ancient scrap of script covered leather.
It is done.
King staff. Vengeance of a me. Plus 2 giant bane sleep. Ah, okay. I understand, I understand. Uns mal weiter um.
That is not far.
Was ist? Was hat euch verrannt? Gold coins, necklace, the heart of Ira. The wearer of a necklace becomes immune to fatigue, exhaustion, and can activate the necklace to surround himself with an aura of nothingness. While the aura is activated, creatures adjacent take 2d around and 17 throw to avoid stunned. The fisherman's house has been plundered. All the fish, nets, and tools are gone.
Success.
The big black bird is watching your every move. It seems it has been following you ever since you left the temple of Erasti. Okay. Spannend. Was?
Done.
There are numerous tracks. Humanoids, both small and gigantic, to and from the fort. The water near the bank is teeming with fish dating about among the age of our.
In due time.
You can make out voices behind the fort's wall. Das hier bringt mich direkt zum Fort, oder? Sagen. Wir waren heute Stockade. Okay. Bitte? Weiter hier. Bevor wir uns oben am Fort umsehen, den Fluss entlang. Borg, okay. Danach auch. Ah, nee, da hinten sind noch ein paar. Okay. Aber das ist nicht so schlimm.
Out of my way.
Wretched
Ah.
things.
an.
Let's try this one.
Der erste Walk. Ferron wäre mal sichtbar. So, du.
Strike with all your might.
Walk.
Cover me!
Maves, Feuer.
Despicable. Advance.
Done for.
Ah, diese Attack of Opportunities, die er immer hat.
We won't falter. Forwards. We won't falter.
So. Wir denn hier gut? Das. Okay, das sind Kleinigkeiten.
Let's strike from the
Follow my
shadows.
leads.
Jetzt können wir uns hier Eingang an Ring
We
Raider.
cannot be defeated.
Ups. Hätte so nicht sein sollen, aber okay.
Forwards.
Calculated risk.
Ach, ihr könnt eure Größe verändern. Dann. Charge ist möglich, ja. Mal den 5 Footstep nach vorne.
Let's hear you cry.
Sehr gut. Ferron, lauf, 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 lauf.
We can do it. We can do it.
This will hurt.
Your death awaits. Lead to
Hier.
your corpse.
Guild Crossbowman, Trigger und Rogue. Die haben alle eine Size Alteration hinter sich. Detail. Ja. Ferron, Startsch ran. Hier eigentlich chaotisch? Chaotic Evil. Okay.
Strike with all your might. We won't falter.
Let's try this
Kommen wir nicht ran? Okay.
Stab their backs.
Rastet. Versauert. Light Crossbow. Dauer. Ihr hier, Raider. Masterwork Weapons.
In due time.
Ja, der Eingang schon mal geklärt. Bei uns aber erst an der Seite um. Ah, hier könnt ihr uns auch reinschleichen. Try to climb over the wall. Ah, bitte. XP.
Shadows engulf me.
This should do it.
Out of my way!
Wretched things.
A calculated risk.
Besoffen gewesen, ne?
Strike with all your might! Forward!
Eine.
Cover me.
Das ist der zweite dann. Ah, wobei. Auch nicht. Aber die Runde dürfte er auch nicht überleben.
Despicable.
Work Weapons für die Kohle. Perception.
Success.
At the bottom of a well, half hidden underwater, lies a broken bucket tied to a piece of rope and a dead springer, a broken neck.
They'll never see me coming.
Hier Money. Hier mal den Raider bitte.
We can do it!
This will
Kommst nicht
hurt.
nah genug ran, oder? Nee.
Let's hear you cry!
Advance.
Ah. Da ist irgendwo mindestens noch einer. Die Frage, wo? Oben? Ah,
Strike with all your might!
da haben wir euch ja, ihr Säcke. Ihr die Size Alteration machen wollt, gerne. Gegen.
We won't falter!
Mace, kannst du auf die weil du die nicht. Ne?
Die! Out of my way!
Ja, benutzt ruhig die Size Alteration. Ein.
Unworthy.
Ari. Ah. Sehr gut.
We won't falter. Forwards. Run them through.
Eidolon noch. Irrelevant.
Forward.
Sehr gut.
I am finished.
Großartiges. Artiges. Auch nur kleines. Ach, das waren die Schilder. So, und ihr beiden hier? Masterwork Heavy Man. Masterwork Light. Okay.
This is my path.
You have my attention.
Stell dich mal selbst. Und dann rein in die Festung selbst.
You should be.
Now you hit that.
Bei Raider, Crossbowman, okay. Jeta.
Wretched things.
We can do it.
Das Ding mal aus.
Let's try this way.
Oger.
We can do it.
Da.
Let's hear it.
Ari.
Your death awaits. I'll loot your corpse. Despicable.
Strike with all your might.
This should do it.
Strike with all your might.
Kill den. Firon, du kannst den killen. Wonderful. Raider. Savage.
They'll never see me coming.
Check that out.
Mal die Web bitte.
I am finished.
Ja. Schauen wir mal, was wir hier. Ancient Script Covered Lever. Okay, das ist Waffe, die der Storyteller uns wieder herstellen kann, wenn wir alle Teile haben. Ein paar Trinkets.
How curious.
Nächste Trap.
It is done.
Roger, öffne die Tür. Doch. Ah, da ist noch so ein Ancient Script of Script Lever. War gut. Sind wieder so ein paar Spriggern. Ja, auch mal nach gemäß. Du musst auch die Lane. Auch noch weiter die Lane.
We won't falter.
Aussetzen. Ari.
Stab their backs.
Erstmal die Katze sich bewegen.
Advance. Unworthy.
So, nach dem Eidolon.
Out of my way!
Ändert ruhig eure Size. Habe ich kein Problem mit. Das Ganze nämlich nur einfacher.
A calculated risk.
Ari. Watschen. Noch ran.
Wretched things.
Take them down.
Run them through! Under the stomach!
Dann. Da.
We won't falter!
Warum? Nice. So mag ich das.
Despicable.
So, dann hat's ihn erledigt. Damaged. Oh. Gut, du. Tür hier auf. Du denn her? Einer anders, noch einer. Lauf mal rein einfach.
Forwards!
So.
Let's hear you cry!
Down. Auch down.
Let's try this way.
Masterwork Crossbow. Masterwork Dagger. Alle zusammen, außer Jetal.
We should move.
Und dann hier weiter. Haben wir hier Trinkets. Hier. Mittel. Mehr Lebensmittel. Aber okay. Okay. Kann man mit arbeiten. So. Bada. Da noch solche drin.
We will be victorious.
In jedem Raum sein. Indoor-Kämpfe sind echt.
We can do it. Strike with all your might.
Trainieren.
We won't falter.
Ein hier.
This should do it.
Mace. Rein.
Die.
Versucht aufzustehen. Nope.
Forwards.
A calculated risk.
Ich kann noch einen Ticken rauszoomen. Okay. Auf den.
Clean strike. We can do it.
War. Masterwork Weapons. Club, Short Sword, Great Sword.
I am
Yeah.
finished.
Bond of Displacement. Doch mit. Masterwork Weapons. Mit. Das macht die Tür auf. Okay, I see. Nice. A guy. The biggest ring. Scared and beat bears his rotting teeth. I guess we can't rest either. Yeah. I bet you followed our trail from our very den. Forcing us from our home wasn't enough. Now you've come to finish us off? Well, a guy will not make this easy for you. Forced out of your home, what do you like? Fail. Played and utters a shrill battle cry as he charged.
Be defeated.
Nein! God damn it. Hätte ich fast wegen dem Missklick ein Haste gecastet.
Strike with all your might.
Oh, das war der Raider.
Advance!
What? Ah, ja. My bad.
We can do it.
Cover me!
This will hurt.
Das war mein Fehler.
Let's hear.
A guy steps back, pressing his hand against his bleeding wounds. Well, you got me. Uses frequently. Go on, then. Keep hounding us, pushing us. Clearly talking all we had wasn't enough. What are you on about? You attacked the citizens of Warnhold. You think me a fool? You attacked us in our own home, and now you followed us here to finish the job. How could we possibly bother anyone in an empty city? It was empty before you got here. Who cares? We arrived and no one else was here. We checked for traps, we checked for ambushes, nothing. Totally livable. If I knew you'd follow us, I'd have taken everyone even further away. Where are all the locals? No clue. Eaten by someone, just gone. They left their belongings behind, doors wide open. Anyone could walk in and take what they like. Where's your former home? There's contempt and hatred. Last chance, I guy. Talk or you regret your stubbornness. Failed. Not a lot to regret when you've got nothing left to lose. You want to kill me? Go ahead and try. Just know you won't be getting my hide without a fight. Please do me who forced you and keep from your home. People like you, but bigger, stronger, and more fatal. Whatever, I located then myself. None of my kin remain there, so don't go hoping to take my brethren by surprise. If I let you live in peace, just tell me where your den is. Perhaps I could pay you and visit and help you get your home back. A tiefling wants to help? Sure, I'll be surprised if I'm still breathing when we're done. I bet you just want to fight your way in and take my cave for yourself. But what do I care? If I'm lucky, you'll both just kill each other. Find an old cave to the south. That's where you'll find the creeps who forced us out. And if you by some chance manage to kick them out of there, I know when we talk some more. Okay. Ist das Schadenlevel zu machen? Yes. A letter with threats. Thorn 1. I'm writing to you as your ally and well-wisher. The reason for my letter is the lack of foresight in your actions. You're trying so hard to become friends with this baron from Bloodlands. You invite him to pay you a visit, assure him of security. You even send his rich gifters. Have you nothing more to do in the land? I strongly recommend you to stop flirting with this upstart person and turn your gaze to the affairs of the day. You are trying to cross the path with powerful forces that can reach you even in your own card, so you should know your place. With wishes of good health and calm, a friend. Naja. Lang wie ein Freund auf jeden Fall. Water Stuff, Crimson Counselor. Chance +2, Fire Gemstone, Monk Weapon. Was heißt denn das? Replenish by spending 3 charges, a reader may cast Fireball, and by spending 2 charges I may cast Scorching. Fallen Warrior's Boots, Owlbear Omelette. Inventory. That's the stuff for us.
I know what to do.
Hier sind. Noch ein Brief. Most Honorable Baron Takichi, I am Baron Megavan of Varnhold, and I am writing to inquire about the current state of affairs in your realm. I hope that no trouble or pestilence have found their way to you. Perhaps we could arrange a neighboring meeting to discuss things. At your leisure, of course. I would also like to request your aid in a small matter. A few days back, an adventurer by the name of Willas Gunderson retrieved a mysterious bracelet from one of the ancient ruins scattered across Doonsward. Gunderson kindly turned it over to my court wizard, Sefer, who continues to examine it as it lies on the table before me. It may be the most peculiar thing I have ever laid eyes on. The bracelet is covered in angular patterns that resemble a labyrinth, and it is adorned with an inscription in an unknown language. No learned man in Varnhold has been able to read this writing or deduce which culture the artifact belongs to. So I ask for your aid. Please, if you have an archivist with deep knowledge of the history of this region, send them along to aid us in solving this mystery. I'm sure that your capital has plenty of such learned men and women. Perhaps one of them will succeed in reading this inscription. Of course, I will return with Vordakai. What? Ah, interesting. Very, very interesting. Raven, you notice the blackbird sitting on the high fence by the exit as if waiting for you. It's a raven, glistening black, and one of the largest ravens you've ever seen. As you approach, it's tilted its head and affixes you with a beady black eye. Are you about to leave? You hear a cracked voice. Hypocrite. What did you say? What's the point of your false pity for these fools who you allowed to live? With no shelter, no family, and no homeland, always on the run, you all did is prolong their suffering and take pride in your chivalry. I don't care where they go or what happened to them. That's exactly why I let them go, so they could suffer a while longer before the wilderness takes them. I don't care where they go. Worms wriggling in the mud. Nothing concerns you but yourselves. You deserve content, nothing more. Why are you here? Are you one of the thieves that lived in this miserous settlement? I stole nothing. Liar, the settlement was full of thieves. They pay for their crimes. Now only a single one remains. You. Who are you? I'm not from Varnhold, but I will find out what happens here. You? What arrogance, what pride. You do not follow one crime with another. You will suffer the same fate. Who are you? My name is Takichi. Now tell me who you are. Und da verpisst es dich einfach. Drecks. Fucking Drecks. Aber die Varnhold-Plotline ist echt cool. Ich bin tatsächlich hooked, was hier passiert ist. Da ist man... Die hookt einen wirklich, finde ich. Weil sie so simpel gestaltet ist. Du kommst hier an und es ist nichts da. Und das macht das Ganze so interessant. Es gab keine große, stundenlange Diskussion zuvor, wie toll dieses Land ist und dass denen irgendwas Schreckliches passiert sein muss oder so. Nee. Simpel und einfach hat man einen Brief gekriegt, dass man nichts mehr von ihnen hört. Dann kommst du hier an und hier ist auch wirklich nichts. Overground Cavern, das ist der Ort. Warum ist die Travel so langsam? Depot Chair of Forgotten Heroes for Culture. Ah, war nicht richtig dran. One of the numerous tombs that dot the Dawnsward plains. The structure is always drawn the attention of outsiders, from scientists dreaming of solving an ancient civilization's secret to grave robbers seeking ancient treasures. As far as anyone knows, no one has yet made it back from the sepulchre to say for sure what is hidden. Da gehen wir erstmal zur Overgrown Cavern. Da. Haben ja noch ein bisschen Zeit. Wölfe und Barbaren.
Follow my lead.
Hey, who's that walking over there? It's dangerous to walk around here. Better turn back. Just a traveler looking for a safe place to stand for mine. The only one who let me in or force my way in. Wechsel. Seht, a traveler, alright, come in. Warm yourself by the fire. Just stay out of storage and don't expect a food. Das ist fein, das ist fein. Weiterer Teil von diesem Ancient Scrap. Mushrooms. Mehr Barbaren. Bares Moos.
That is not far.
Barbaren reden auch nicht. Okay.
I am finished.
Auf Armor. Einkraft.
In due time.
Und alles? So aus, ha? Ah, der hat einen Namen. My bad, also. A half-orc woman sits by the fire. Her clothes are made of leather and fur, matching the rest of the barbarians. She frowns as she glides her finger along a map crudely drawn on a crumpled sheet of paper. Paper. God. Paper. She lifts her gaze as she notices you. Guests? Who are you? Your friend, take a seat by a fire and let's talk. I'm Bolga from the Tiger Lord's tribe. I lead this group. Are you chief? Me? No, no. Just seasoned enough to lead a group. Our chieftain is Amrak, the Twiceborn. He's back home in Numeria right now. Thanks for your offer. I'll take the night. Do you know anything about the situation at Varnwood? Where's that? No idea. Never been there. What are you doing here? We're looking for some ruins or a cave or something. I don't really know. Only Dugat knows exactly what we're looking for. He's a cleric and he's our leader on this. Well, him and his sister... with brigands who lived in this cave under my protection, please, so they can return to their home. Those ugly things? Are you crazy? Brauchen wir eine 8? Stuff. No time for games. I'm still in the mood to ask politely. I'm quite sane. Please try to understand. How's it to spirit? Oh. Nice. Well, it sounds odd, but alright. We weren't planning on staying long anyway. Pack up, everyone. We'll... Who are these sisters? They are witches. Where may I find? They are in our main camp here. If you're looking to hire us or have some other business, come visit. It'd be much better than digging around in the curd dirt. Der Agei ja hier wieder auftauchen gleich. Bahncamp ist so weit hin. Können wir hier entlang zu meine Lande? Können. Was ist denn hier in unserem Königreich passiert? Kästen hat was geschafft. Auch. Okay. First step on the road to glory. So, das sind die. Können wir alle weg. Lost Brother. East of a nail to Flores Kerosene. Out of a nail. Okay.
My instincts dull when I'm tired.
A rest is in order.
Lassen wir mal. Dann sehen wir uns diese Pulcher of the Forgotten Heroes an.
They'll never see me coming.
Massive stone door blocks the entrance. It has no knobs, buttons, or other signs as to how to unlock it. However, a thick patch of moss has been scraped off the doors, hinting that it's open to search for a way to open the door. It seems the door must be some magic transmutation or try to force open, or you may try forcing your way through the block face. Kann sie also noch nicht. Weil ich nicht weiß, wie. Entweder brauchen wir einen Gegenstand dafür oder wir müssen einen bestimmten Zauber auf Wand casten. Aber dann suchen wir mal den Barbarenhort. Power. Blooded Furrows. Nope. There's someone on the road. Get ready. Ah. Random Encounter, der nicht zwangsweise ein Kampf ist. Spannend.
Shadows engulf me.
Herbs. Ober. Ah, die Barbaren. Aber sind Teil der Barbaren. Small but well-armed group moves across the flatlands. Tattoos, leather, and fur clothing, bone amulets at their belts. These are barbarians, Calids to be precise, probably from neighboring Numeria or maybe lands even further north. They stop when they see your hands on their weapons and thrown on their face. Who are you then? What do you want? One of you people seems to be sick. Can I help? We don't need your help. Starts his voice grim, but is interrupted when one of the barbarians begin coughing uncontrollably. You don't need it, just shut up so I can. The barbarian woman breaks into another short coughing fit when spits around her. I'm not gonna die for your pride. Yes, I'm sick. Cough blue spit somewhere in the barrens. Don't worry, I don't think it's catching. If you need me, I can pay in gold. Lawful neutral, pay up. Baron always gives you several coins. Sehr schön. Wow, thank you. It was a nasty thing. Let me tell you, I won't let take brief or let geese. I'm Nova. We're from Numeria, part of the Tiger Lord's tribe. We're just minding our own business, not looking to pick a fight. We don't want any trouble, and we are not after anyone. You're pretty far from home. Not so far. The Tiger Lords travel around a lot. From the World Wound to Eubaria. Hey, these lands were once practically home to us. We used to clear the dam away from the Nile marches on a regular basis. Well, now we're here again. That's the nomad life. You see, never know where you'll find yourself tomorrow. Do you anything about this issue here? Barnhold, never heard of it. Whatever going on there, we got nothing to do with it. What are you searching for? No idea, really. Dugat just said we should search for caves and tell us if it was what we're looking for. If you ask me, we're just wasting time out here, but Chief knows best. Got old cleric. He sees a lot, he knows a lot, and it's like he's the only one who has any idea what the hell we're looking for. Have you found anything interesting? I wish we find. Been searching the area for days now, but all we found was a cave with some grim-faced half-men. No treasure, not a damn thing. Are you the only group of Numerians? Kidding? Of course not. Our main camp's over the hill there. If you're feeling dusty, come pay us a visit. Safe travels. War ja sowieso der Plan von Anfang
All
an,
according to plan.
zu besuchen. Da sind wir auch schon. Eiche.
As it should be.
On the low grounds among the hills, some Numerian barbarians had set up camp. While obviously set up recently as a place to rest, it was fully constructed. Along with a stake palisade, the Numerians had reinforced their camp with a deep knot. Spotting the body of some unlucky thief at the bottom, it seemed they made a good call. Guarding the entrance was our old acquaintance Noba, the man whose group we met in the hills previously. While his greetings was none too friendly, he did invite us to enter and let us to that we were led to a man named a middle-aged Kelit with a gorgeous name. Once charcoal black, no salt and pepper, as well as bronze skin hardened by sun, wind, and time to the point that it almost looked like oak bark. Speaking with assertive tone, he invited us to dine with the Tiger Lords, that was the name of their tribe, and spend the night in their camp. Any business we might have with the tribe, he said, could be discussed in the morning, once everyone was rested and refreshed. Not wanting to offend the barbarians who'd proven to be commanderingly hospitable, we accepted the invitation. Within minutes we were seated by the bonfire with goblets in our hand. Rests. Our goblets were roughly wrought of skillfully decorated silver with intricate carvings to battle. The cupbearer filled everyone's goblets with wine. When Dugard raised his cup, officially starting with stood and proposed a toast of health to the people gathered here. The Numerans listened to the toast in awkward silence, but when the Baron stopped speaking and drained his goblet, they burst into angry shouting. All of them spilled their wine on the ground. As was apparently a barbarian tradition, offering the first cup to the spirits only after the cupbearer filled their goblets again. Starts to drink and... Oops. The main curse, unsurprisingly, was met. While hunting in the hills, the Numerian had killed a deer and 2 wild boars, all now roasting over an open fire. As the tribe's guests, we were offered the best pieces. Fierce in battle, the Numerians were equally fierce at the table. They frenetically tore the meat apart with knives, bare hands and teeth, as though attacking the throats of their worst enemies. Rather than eating roast vengeance, only one camp inhabitant didn't join the dinner. Far from the festivities, a slim woman wrapped in a grey cloak sat alone, her face hidden behind a piece of cloth. She was so quiet and still, at first I didn't realize she was a living being at all. The Baron demanded she be invited to the table, as I didn't notice her. I said to the advisor to ask the Tiger Lords who she was. Glancing cautiously between Dugard and the woman, one Numerian explained that the woman was one of her defaced sisters. Half priestess, half wizard. While they may travel along with the Numerians, they never ate at the same table. Judging by the tones the barbarian used when speaking of a woman, it was easy to tell that none of them held about this tastes. After everyone had eaten their fill, it was time for entertainment. The barbarians began singing a drawling song in the guttural language known as Halit. There's Halit, oder? Doppel-L, Halit. Later, one of the Numerians explained that it was a ballad about a brother and sister who defeated a huge metal spider. The song that followed was a comedic piece about the adventures of a stupid werewolf. Numerians all sang it together. It was clear that each of them knew that one by heart. Almost everybody clapped to the rhythm, though some thumped their knife handles on their shields, and our half-orc acquaintance Bolga accompanied the song on a wagon. Once the song was over, Dugan appealed to his guests, us, to surprise our host. So Baron decided our best choice would be 20 sparring match, a demonstration of some magic. Tale of how we defeat Backlord. Our tale of battle and heroic deeds was just what the barbaric were looking for. We listened eagerly, chimed in on each detail, and laughed and clapped at the most epic moment. Even Dugard found himself smiling and nodding as he listened to our story. Finally, the drinking and singing came to an end. Only bones remained from the feast. The bonfire had burned down to ash. Sacrifice the Arians retired to their tents. Ist das nicht ein schönes Fest? So sollte das doch laufen.
I beg you, I haven't seen my sisters for several days. I'm afraid they may be in trouble.
This whole land is nothing but trouble. You want me to risk my life and the lives of my people to do your dirty work? Go ahead, ask Armagh to give the order. Oh, but Armagh stayed back in Numeria, which means I am the one making the decisions here.
But what about my sisters? Something terrible could happen to them.
You sisters insisted on this expedition. So it's your price to pay. With your blood, not ours. Something terrible could happen, you say? It is too late for that. We already lost good men on this pointless journey to nowhere. Whatever Armagh needs, it's not here, and it wasn't here from the start. But you didn't come here for him, did you? You came for your own reasons. You want some magic toy that once belonged to the ancient Cyclops. Well, I'm not leading my men to their deaths for that.
To Goth.
This conversation is over. You want help? Why not ask our guests to help you? If you can afford their rates, that is. As for me, my single remaining goal is to get my people home alive, and well, and as soon as possible.
Klingt logisch. Good morning. Well, let's get down to business, shall we? Introductions are necessary, Baron. I know who you are. Let's discuss how you can be useful to one another. You know me how? How do you think?
We keep an eye on everything that happens in the region. It's smart to know our potential employers and our potential enemies.
Who's that woman?
Wish I knew who these witches are and where they came from. Our chieftain, the great Armagh, spirits bless him, trusts them as if they were holy oracles. He sent us with them to these dead hills, and none but the sisters and the chieftain himself know why. Who am I to confront the chieftain? So now we wander these lands, chasing the unknown.
You know anything about what happened in Varn?
Varnos, huh? Isn't that the village Megar Varn got from the Ristovic Sword Lords? I know Varn. He's not the best fighter, but not the worst. As for what happened there, I wouldn't know.
How can we be useful to each
I'm
other?
afraid we can't. At least not yet. I'd be happy to take a new job, but our chieftain's orders were strict. Search the location and come back with a report. But if you could help us here, say, by finding whatever these witch sisters are looking for, or maybe just making them disappear forever, mark my word, Baron, the Tiger Lords never forget those who helped them.
There's a whole army of you here. How did you manage to
None
get
of
so?
your business, actually. But just to reassure you, we weren't sneaking into your lands without permission, I'll answer. It was magic. The sisters opened some strange tunnel, and we used it to get here from Numeria. Gorham witnessed my words. I'm no coward, but I'd rather march for a month through all the river kingdoms than use that damned tunnel again. It was strange, wrong, just like those witches themselves.
What are you looking for
I
here?
wish I knew. The sisters are looking for something, but they won't tell anyone what it is. I guess it's some antique that used to belong to the Cyclops. Some magic trinket or something. As for me, the only thing I'm looking for is a good reason to quit this nonsense and return to Numeria as soon as possible.
How did it go? Did you find anything of...
If we did, do you think we'd still be here now? The only thing to be found in these hills is one's own death. A group of my men entered a cave that turned out to be a spriggan den. They barely survived the encounter. Also, we found the ruins of some old tower, ancient as the world itself, and useless as this expedition. There is nothing to be found here, except, like I said, for one's own death.
Ask you a
Ask
question.
away, why not? I don't promise I'll answer. You're welcome.
Patrick. That's the Raven. Schauen wir uns erstmal hier um Duck Merchant.
It is done.
Kohle. Also echte Kohle. Who are you? Show me your wares. Bastard plus 3. Breastplate. Eine Lever 3. Camping Supplies hätte ich hier.
You, our guest. The Baron, am I right? I'm sorry you witnessed that unpleasant scene. If I may ask, what is your name?
My name is Takichi. What's you?
Nice to meet you, Baron. I have no name. I've rejected it to serve benevolent powers. Not the greatest sacrifice of those we're sometimes called to make. You may call me Defaced Sister.
Who are you?
I am one of those who call themselves the Defaced Sisters. We've rejected our names and our faces in service to benevolent spirits. I'm sorry that I cannot reveal our true destiny to you yet, but believe me when I say our mission is extremely important. Not just for us, not just for the tribe, but for the entire world.
What are you looking for?
It is not yet time to answer this question. We are searching for ancient ruins, the remains of structures built by the previous holders of these strange lands. That is all I can tell you for now. I understand that you want to know more, but have no doubt, you will in time.
Riddles.
Don't be wary of riddles. Those wise enough to solve them eventually learn much more than those who always seek straight answers.
What were you and Dugat arguing
My
about?
sisters, they each went out on their own quests and never returned. Not one of the three. I can understand Dugat. He doesn't trust us. But by refusing to help my sisters and me, he puts himself, his people, countless innocent souls in grave danger. If only I could soften his impertinent heart.
What compensation can I expect for my...
With the most valuable treasure of all, truth.
Do you have any idea where your
Do you
sisters
have a
be?
map? I can provide you some direction. One of my sisters went to the sepulchre of forgotten heroes. Another went looking for the Forsaken Mound. And the third was going to visit the ruins of the city of the